meeting off. He has some information he wants to provide to you in regards to what the decision and the case is about today. So he's going to start off, then I'm going to go, and then the applicant will follow.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
Yep.
Would you give your name and address for the record, please?
My name is Nick Campanario, one of the assistant county attorneys in the county attorney's office. My work address is St. Louis County Courthouse, 100 North 5th Avenue West, Road 501.
Thank you, sir. You may proceed.
And yes, thank you. I thought it might be helpful for the board to start out this hearing with just a short discussion of why we're here, and just as importantly, I think in this case, why we're not here, and draw some distinctions. In October of 2022, the planning director made a series of administrative determinations with respect to a gravel pit located at 6464 Freedom Lake Road. And the administrative determinations relate to whether a cup holder, LTI Holdings, is in compliance with various aspects of its cup and various aspects of the zoning ordinance. And in particular, you'll see that those administrative determinations related to whether there's adequate vegetative screening at the pit. I just accidentally hit a button. We're on a computer. Whether LTI is in compliance with reclamation standards. There are issues relating to entrance gates, no disturbance setbacks, and then finally, issues related to wetlands. Those are the administrative determinations that the planning director made. Those are the administrative determinations that are before this board on appeal. You'll see that that's what the staff report addresses. You'll hear that that's what Mr. Lindfors is about to address. And so as a board hearing the appeal, if you think those determinations are right, you uphold them. If you think that they're wrong, then you reverse them. If you think they're right in part and wrong in part, well, then you can uphold in part and reverse in part. So that's the scope of this appeal today. Now, I don't have a crystal ball, and I can't see into the future, but I have a feeling that some, and maybe even a lot, of what you're going to hear from the other side relates to issues that are outside that scope of the appeal. And I want to give you one example, but there may be any number of them that come up today. One of the claims that we've heard a lot over the past few years is that the cup at issue here should not have been issued in the first place, or that it's invalid, or that it's null and void. That's all different ways of saying the same thing. The planning director did not make any administrative determinations on that question. And the reason for that is that that claim that the permit's null and void was brought too late. We, the county, have communicated that to Ms. Bell and many others several times over the years. The State District Court in Duluth communicated that to Ms. Bell and others when it dismissed her claim that the permit is null and void. That was a court case, and that was the ruling in that case. And if you look at the administrative determinations that the planning director issued, you'll see on the first page, there's a footnote at the bottom that specifically calls out, we don't want there to be any doubt on this. I am not deciding that question. And the reason I'm not deciding it is because it's too late. So I call that out as an example because in hearing the presentations today, please keep in mind the scope of the matter that's actually before you. Please be on the lookout for information, claims, issues that are brought up that are not within the scope of the appeal that's before you. And don't be lured into straying outside the appropriate bounds of this appeal. I just wanted to set that stage for you. Are there any questions on the scope